How's it going, everyone? Back with a video, and we have the RX7. As you guys saw in the last video, we got this thing all painted. We did the back, the stripe, and the yellow. And as you see, it is how exactly it was left. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna get all this plastic and tape off of the car so we can actually see what it looks like as a car again, and not as something that was just painted. So we're gonna remove that stuff, and as I mentioned in the last video as well, we're going to be cleaning and polishing all of the reflectors, front and back, just to make sure they're good as new. And then we also have the flash to pass lenses. We're gonna be cleaning these up as well and polishing them, make them look as good as possible, just because that's at the front of the car and that's where your eye tends to be anyways. So we're gonna clean all that stuff up, get the tape all off of it. And then I'm hoping for, in the end of this video, we're gonna paint the car's Instagram handle on the sides of the car. I wanted to do the door just because there's so much yellow. I wanna break it up. I think I'm gonna do the Instagram handle, which is RX7 Devon. We're gonna do that in black. It'll kind of help tie the back end in with the middle of the car. I think it'll look super good. But right now what we're gonna do, I'll set you guys up on a tripod. We're gonna get some buffing compound and a pad, and we're gonna clean all of these reflectors up and the blinkers and stuff, and then we'll start putting those back on the car. Now that all the reflectors and the blinkers are done, we're gonna move on to the flash to pass lights, or lenses. So these we gotta do front and back, just because both sides are clear and your headlights actually shine through this while the pop-ups are down. So let's get into these. So as you just saw, we put the flash to pass lenses in. Once we got those all cleaned up, I mean, they look brand new, especially the passenger side, just because the driver's side has that crack in it. But no, it looks great. So now that those are in, what we're gonna do is assemble all of the reflectors, and we'll put those in the car. There's one on each fender and then one on each quarter panel. So I'll grab those lenses, we'll put those back in the plastics and get those screwed onto the car. Now that all the reflectors are in and the turn signals and the flash to pass lenses, I can't think of any reason why we can't pull all the rest of the masking tape off the mirrors, the windows, the windshield, the hatch. And then what we'll do once we'll be able to get into the hatch, we'll take the taillights out, we'll go over those, and I think that those, because I painted those last year, they should be good to just put right in. I'd really like it if the color and sheen matched the current back end of the car, so we may repaint those, but we'll just have to see what they look like. Right now I'm looking at the car, completely unwrapped, no more tape on it, and wow, it looks crazy to like see it as like a car again. Man, oh man. Now that all the tape's off the windows and stuff, and we can get into the hatch, I'm gonna open that back up again, and we'll put the taillights and the plate on and kind of see what the rear looks like, because it's like pretty bland right now, and the lights are the only thing that give the car color. So let's put the taillights in. It's been a little bit, been either a day or two, so we got the shop kind of organized and cleaned up. I got both of the cars on battery tenders. I had a little issue with the RX7 after the last clip you guys saw. I went to go turn on the parking lights and stuff, and the battery was at like 5 volts. I forgot to unplug my wideband setup, and it killed the car. So yeah, it's been a few days, and I've been thinking on whether or not I wanted to paint the Instagram handle on the doors or not. I really like how there's the white stripe and then the white on the windshield of the decal, because it kind of like breaks it up, whereas you know, you have a lot going on in the back, and if you do something on the door, I'm not sure if it's gonna kind of separate it enough, but I decided on something that we're gonna do, and if I don't like it, then I'll just mask off from the white forward and we'll paint that whole door yellow again. But I got the stencil cut out, and instead of doing RX7 Devon for the Instagram, we're actually going to do the YouTube, which you probably can't really see it, but it's Bag Dev and the YouTube logo. So we're gonna pull the stickers that we don't need off. That way we have a stencil. We'll put it on the door, get it all lined up and everything, spray some paint on it, make sure that we can get decent coverage in one coat without overdoing it and running the paint, pull it off, go put it on the other side, spray it, same thing, should be done. So I'm gonna pull the car forward and we'll get that template lined up, get it masked off, and just shoot some black on it. Back at you guys real quick. I was just taking the decals out from the cutout I made. Now you guys can kind of see it, because we're using a stencil to paint on the car. So everything that's white has been removed. So quickly what I ended up doing was just putting it on the car to see what it will look like as it's painted. And I didn't think I was gonna like it, honestly. I should have done this a couple days ago just to see what it looks like, but it's like, it's sweet. It definitely was worth it. So I'm gonna show you guys that. Obviously the letters are all crooked and stuff because I just picked them off from the stencil and set them on the car. But that's basically what you're looking at. It's not too big, it's not like crazy flashy. But once that's all straightened out and painted on there, it's gonna look crazy. So now that I know what it's gonna look like, I've gotta put masking tape all over the car, find my center point for the stencil. I got to put it together so that the YouTube logo is spaced correctly, put it on the car, paint it. You guys know the deal. I'm actually jumping in again, making another talking clip, but I tried doing what I originally planned on doing, which was using a stencil and then painting the words onto the car. That way it would never peel or anything like that. But the more that I have been playing with this, I realized that the stencil idea is actually not a good one. It was super difficult to get it off from the backing paper without it touching into itself. So I ended up spraying the back of it, the sticky side, with the glass cleaner, so that way it would slip on itself. But then getting it on the car, I'm having issues where, because when you pull it off from the backing paper, it actually stretches the sticker, the vinyl material. So when you go to lay it on the car, now it has like waves and stuff in it from being stretched at the weak points. So like right here would be a weak point, this would be a weak point, your weak point around the B or in the E's, because you're pulling these to get it off from the backing paper. It just unfortunately didn't work out the way that I was hoping it would. And now I've wasted 2 feet of vinyl. So it is what it is. I'm gonna have to go grab a new roll of the vinyl because it comes in 4-foot sections. And I'm going to cut out 2 of those exact things I did. But this time, instead of peeling the decal off from it, leaving the template behind, I'm gonna peel the template off and leave the decal behind, like you would traditionally find if you bought like a decal like this. So although it's not straight and it's all mismatch, it's also not even between the edges of the yellow on the door. That's basically what I'm going for. So you can expect the car to look like this, but instead of having the decals painted like I was hoping for, isn't a big deal. We'll actually just put decals on it, and if anything ever happens with them, which I don't think will, because the rest of the car has decals on the glass and those hold on just fine, we can always just replace it. It's no big deal. So that's gonna do it for this video. Well, I was really hoping to have this done, but time's running short and I have to wait until tomorrow because it's nighttime now to go get material, which just prolongs the video. So as you guys see it is how it's going to be, but obviously straightened out, and so that's something to look forward to for the next video. But in the meantime, keep your eyes posted on YouTube Shorts. They come out every single night. The time changes, sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's 9. It all depends on if I post it, if the first time it does good or not. you know, it's just the algorithm doesn't pick it up sometimes, so I repost it. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out while we wrapped up the RX7. It looks crazy with the window tint and just the wheels and the color and stuff. It's exactly what I was hoping for. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.